All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts back again today with another video for you. And in today's video, we got some Tom MacDonald. He has The Machine. All right, now for those of you who do not know, this is track number 1 off of his Renegade album. This is the best song on that album. Absolutely, hands down, the best song on that album. It's amazing. I love it. It is one of my favorite, probably a top 10 favorite of mine from Tom MacDonald ever. So I'm very familiar with this song. I am very excited to see it. I did not think we were ever going to get this song. You know, he did this a couple albums ago. He did a bunch of songs off those albums. This wasn't one of them. He did the album with Adam, released songs off those. I never thought he was going to come back and grab this one and give us a video for it, okay? I'm excited it's here, though. There's a reason why I think it's here, and I'll tell you that, all right? So some of you may know that Ryan Upchurch has been dropping some disses about Tom MacDonald lately. I reacted to the first one. He did another one. I listened to it, didn't react to it because Tom didn't respond, and I didn't really think the beef was going anywhere. I think this song, in a roundabout way, is his response to Upchurch. I don't know that for sure. I do not know that for sure. It just makes sense because the things that Upchurch was kind of griping on him about, all those concerns are kind of addressed in this song. So even though this is not a diss track song, this is not like a, you know, F my haters type of song, like a Don't Look Down or a Riot. It's going to answer a lot of questions that Ryan posed in his diss tracks. So I think that's why we got it now. I could be way off base. All I know is we do have it. I'm excited. Let's get into it. All right. Again, this is Tom MacDonald, The Machine. Let's go. Maybe. Yep, there we go.
I am not Republican, I am not a liberal. Why the hell can't I just be American without getting political? The system won't suppress us all, they don't care about the cost. How's this a democracy when we got communists in charge? Cancel culture, Nazis, all they're missing is the swastikas. Honestly, this is a psychological holocaust. Pumping propaganda through the screen and straight into your brain. You ain't on a plantation, but you definitely still a slave. Okay, let's take that chunk right there. All right, he's not a Republican, he's not a liberal. He just wants to be an American without getting political. You know, anymore, I'm with him. Politics saturate every part of our lives anymore, and it's disgusting, all right? Politics need to stay in political spaces, all right? When I want politics, I should be able to go to the politics section, all right? Anymore, politics are in our TV programs, they're in our kids' programs, they're in our marketing on our products. Hell, you can't even grab a beer without making a political statement anymore. All right? You're not going to catch me with a Bud Light. You know, I guess I'm part of the problem. But it's just everywhere. And it's like, why can't we just live our lives as Americans and not divide ourselves into these camps? You know, because at the end of the day, we all live under the same flag, under the same banner. We're the same people, for Christ's sake. But it's like it's everywhere, and you have to pick one or the other. And if you don't, then don't worry. Society will put you into one camp or the other if you're not going to make a choice. So, you know, I'm with you, Tom. I don't know why we can't just be American anymore, but that's been out the window for a while now. Let's go. Through the screen and straight into your brain. You ain't on a plantation, but you definitely still a slave.
You're not on a plantation, but you're definitely still a slave. Think of our monetary system. We live in a debt-based monetary system. Okay, you got a house. Okay, you owe money on that. You got a car to get you to your job. Well, you owe money on that too. So guess what? In order to get a house, because not a lot of people, not many people save up $200,000-$300,000 to go out and buy a house and buy a car, pay in cash, and be completely debt free. And even if you did do that, you still have to pay taxes on that house. I mean, it's not a ton, you know. Mine are like, last I checked, like $3,000 a year, something like that. But you still owe, and that's still going to keep you in the workforce. So, you know, you accrue all this debt. You get debt to go to college, you get debt to get a home, debt to get a car. Now you're working 40 hours a week, if not more, solely to pay for that debt and to buy a little bit of food and to go to bed and to wake up the next day and do it all over again. All right. You're a slave to that debt. You're a slave to the system, and it's going to keep you working 40, 50, 60 hours a week for the rest of your damn lives. There we go. Let's go.
Propaganda through the screen and straight into your brain. You ain't on a plantation, but you definitely still a slave. Race theory is indoctrinating children. Tell blacks they're disadvantaged, tell whites they got white privilege. What a brilliant way to reinforce division.
Yup.
If whites believe they have it easy, they will never help you fight the system.
Nope.
They burn in books.
No, Tom. Everything was great. That's the only part of this song I disagree with. You know, I don't think whites are like, oh, I'm privileged. I have all these advantages. Let me gatekeep my advantages and keep minorities down. Like, that makes no sense. First of all, you're lending legitimacy to the fact that there is white privilege, okay? By saying that people who think they have it would try to gatekeep that. I think it's kind of the opposite. I think people who think that there is white privilege go out of their way to knock white people down or to keep themselves from using that privilege, and they keep themselves down. I think it's a way to check themselves. It is essentially how it's being used in society today, at least from my perspective. Maybe I'm missing something, okay? Maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, I just do not agree with that statement. But he's allowed one every now and again, so let's go, Tom.
Reinforce division. If whites believe they have it easy, they will never help you fight the system. And now they burn in books in untraditional ways. They just traded newspapers for the digital age. Now the facts can be deleted with no physical flames. They just change the information and the truth gets erased.
Yep. I mean, you know, and he's not talking about book bans in Florida schools or anything like that. He's talking about the phenomenon of everything being online. Newspapers, basically online, okay? They don't print this stuff physically much anymore. So if you have an article online and you have information in there that somebody decides that they want it altered or they don't want it in there anymore, or it's incriminating, so we need to get rid of that, you change the article and it disappears. It was never there. You know, and there's ways to kind of see that stuff, but anymore, you know, it's getting easier and easier for edits to be made, for things to just disappear, for videos of newsworthy incidences to just be gone off the internet. You know, there's so many videos. It's like, well, I know I saw X happen. I saw it on a video. Let me go try to find it. And you cannot find it anywhere anymore. I wish I had a good example I could pull off the top of my head. If I sat here for a couple minutes and thought about it, I'd get one. But we're just going to move on and do the music reaction. Don't worry about that kind of nonsense, but
deleted with no physical flames. They just change the information and the truth gets erased. They keep screaming to wake up, but they're all woke, not awake.
Yep.
We know the system has failed us and all the media's fake.
Yep.
I swear the government hates us.
Yep.
Having opinions is dangerous.
Yep.
The system built to enslave us only works if we're afraid.
Yup.
I am
They can only enslave us if we're afraid, essentially. You know, if you're willing to give up your freedoms, then, you know, that's how they can really get their hooks into you. But like we already said, we're all slaves to debt at this point, you know. So even those who don't get credit cards and take out loans and stuff, we acquire it just by living, for Christ's sake. Let's go.
System built to enslave us only works if we're afraid. I am not Republican. I am not a liberal. Progressive and traditional are hitmen hired to kill the individual. They label people red or blue, divide us. They don't ever help. They want you thinking left or right, so you ain't thinking for yourself. Go ahead and vote, because both the parties are the same side. Two teams, one coach, controlled by the same guys. Left wing, right wing, both help the same bird. Brainwashing.
I've said that exact thing a million times on this channel and a million different reactions. I mean, I haven't done a million reactions, 300 some, but I've said that dozens and dozens of times on this channel, probably verbatim. Left wing, right wing, two wings to the same bird, people. Two wings to the same bird. Now, you have, like I've explained this before, but we'll do it real quick. You have your establishment politicians, the ones that have been ingrained and in these positions for 20, 30 plus years, right? They're on both sides of the aisle. Those people are the ones actually making the decisions and moving the direction of the country. All right. So these people are all in cahoots. They work hand in hand. Right. So it's like, it's the illusion of a left and right dichotomy, but there isn't one. It's a uniparty system. At the end of the day, it's a uniparty system. Both sides will make moves against common enemies, okay? You could look at news over the last 5-6 years to find plenty of examples of that. Let's go.
One coach controlled by the same guys, left wing, right wing, both help the same bird fly, brainwashing everybody at the same time. The internet was once a place that we could get our facts from. Now it's been monopolized. It's Google or it's Amazon. Who fact checking the fact checkers? I can answer that one. The people who control the narratives through the platform. Let me break.
All right. So the internet used to be a place where you can get our facts from. You had to dig for it. You had to dig for it, and you had to cross-reference, right? But you didn't just have one site that would be like, this is the facts. This is what you need to know. This is the information that we curated for you. Forget everything else. Actually, we're not even going to give you access to anything other than this specific information right here. Because even like, you know, you don't want to use Google, you want to use Bing. Like, aren't they all essentially using the same Google framework in for their search engines? I mean, so, you know, you're pretty much limited to these mega corporations who are curating the information for you and won't let you see otherwise. So, you know, it's sad because when the internet was like first getting big, it was awesome. I mean, yeah, it was the Wild West a little bit, but that's what made it great, man. It was so, and anymore, you know, having to try to talk in code on YouTube, it's like, I'm doing this sometimes. It's like, why do I have to do this? Why can't I just say X, Y, or Z? You know, it's the damn world we live in, though. And if I want to get my points across online, we have to talk in coded language now. It never used to be like that. Never used to be like that. So like the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, like that first like boom of internet was amazing. Amazing times. We'll never get that back anymore at this point. It's gone, but sucks. Definitely sucks.
I can answer that one. The people who control the narratives through the platforms. Let me break this down for you, simple as I can, Kate. They use social conditioning to put you in the rat race. It doesn't matter if you're first or third or if you're last place. You're still a rat, and they're the cats who kill you so you can't escape.
That's the hardest bar right there. Right there. That gives me chills every time I hear it because it's so fucking true. So fucking true. It puts you in a rat race, okay? It doesn't matter if you're first or second or third, fourth, last, you know, 25th. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're still a rat. All right. And there are still the cats on the outside of this racetrack who will kill you if you try to escape. Take GameStop for an example. Okay. Once we decided, hey, we could come together as a people and crush these hedge funds because they're doing stupid, ballsy, risky things with this stock. As soon as we did that, what do they want to do immediately? Change the rules. Let's change it up so that you can't do this anymore because we can't have you guys coming up and taking a bite out of our ass. That's our job, right? So, you know, while we're competing with each other, trying to get ahead of each other, they're laughing. They're the fucking cat. And we're just rats in the goddamn maze. Let's go, Tom. Let me hear that again. Let's hear that whole thing again.
The fact checkers, I can answer that one. The people who control the narratives through the platforms. Let me break this down for you, simple as I can, Kate. They use social conditioning to put you in the rat race. It doesn't matter if you're first or third or if you're last place. You're still a rat, and they're the cats who kill you so you can't escape.
So true, man. I love it.
Republican. I am not a liberal.
This is the
I
best
am just
part,
a man who knows
it's
they're scared
fucking
of
awesome.
a nation that's thinking critical. They kill us or they lock us up for nothing like we're criminals. Divide us because they know that unified we are invincible. Questioning the government's agenda is controversial, but promoting guns and liquor in our music is commercial. They're confusing us with pronouns they made up to make us triggered. You can call me what you want, but just don't call me late for dinner. School teaches you to learn and never teaches you to think. So you absorb misinformation, then you practice what they preach. You ain't free, can't you see that's how they want you to act? That's called conforming to the norm. You don't need freedom for that. I'm not Republican or liberal or left-wing or right-leaning. I took the red pills because that's who's fighting for my freedoms. And you don't need to choose to be accepted. They both fake teams. Evil runs the world now like hell ain't got no vacancy.
Fucking love that. That whole thing, I fucking love that. Let's go back. We're going to break that apart a little bit. I just couldn't stop it, though. I had to hear the whole damn thing. I love it. See if that's far enough.
Liberal. I am just a man who knows they're scared of a nation that's thinking critical. They kill us or they lock us up for nothing like we're criminals. Divide us because they know that unified we are invincible. Questioning the government's agenda is controversial, but promoting guns and liquor in our music is commercial.
Questioning the government's agenda is controversial, but yeah, talk about music or talk about guns and liquor in our music. That's fine. That's A-okay. Not a problem there. Let's talk about WAPs, right? Nothing wrong with a little WAP every now and again. You know, I mean, it's just, you know, like I said, they don't want us thinking critical. They're dividing us so that we're not coming together, and they can use that to manipulate us. All right. And to keep us infighting and not focusing on what the hell they're doing. Let's come back a little bit more though. Hear that again.
They kill us or they lock us up for nothing like we're criminals. Divide us because they know that unified we are invincible. Questioning the government's agenda is controversial, but promoting guns and liquor in our music is commercial. They're confusing us with pronouns they made up to make us triggered. You can call me what you want, but just don't call me late for dinner. School.
Call me what you want, just don't call me late for dinner, all right? Because I'm hungry. I am hungry. You can call me names, call me an asshole, call me a bigot. Just call me on time for fucking dinner, please. Let's go, Tom.
Confusing us with pronouns they made up to make us triggered. You can call me what you want, but just don't call me late for dinner. School teaches you to learn and never teaches you to think. So you absorb misinformation, then you practice what they preach. You ain't free, can't you see that's how they want you to act? It's called conforming to the norm. You don't need freedom for that. I'm not.
Every young kid out there, every high school, young 20-something-year-old, college student needs to hear that right there. That explains it perfectly. You guys, you people, we'll just say that. I was going to say something mean. You people are conforming to the norm. When I was growing up, it was not cool to conform. When did it become cool to conform? We wanted to be as different as possible, or at least we wanted to push back on authority. My generation pushed back on, at least the people I hung out with, and at least in my experience, we pushed back on authority hard, man. We were not like licking boots at all. And this entire generation does what they're supposed to do, conforms to the norm, all right? You don't need freedom. You don't need freedom to do what everybody else is doing, okay? That's what they want you to do. That's how they want you to act. Every young kid and some adults, you know, every young, I'd say 15 to 25-year-old needs to hear that. And there's some 25 to 75-year-olds who need to hear that too, because they don't get it. But that is the perfect explanation of all that stuff that's going on. Let's go. Let's hear it again.
Teaches you to learn and never teaches you
hold on. That's the other point of it. School teaches you to learn. It doesn't teach you to think. Think about school. In my experience, and then I have 4 young kids in schools, and I could see that it hasn't changed much. School is memorization and regurgitation. That's what school is. You memorize, you regurgitate. If you can memorize and regurgitate, you will get through school, no problem. All right, they don't teach you problem solving. They don't teach you how to apply your knowledge, okay? It's memorize, regurgitate. Let's go. Without being able to think through.
But promoting guns and liquor in our music is commercial. They're confusing us with pronouns they made up to make us triggered. You can call me what you want, but just don't call me late for dinner. School teaches you to learn and never teaches you to think. So you absorb misinformation, then you practice what they preach. You ain't free, can't you see that's how they want you to act? That's called conforming to the norm. You don't need freedom for that. I'm not Republican or liberal or left-wing or right-leaning. I took the red pills because that's who's fighting for my freedoms.
I took the red pills because that's who's fighting for my freedoms. And like I've said many times on this channel, Republicans still right now have to pretend like they care about our freedom. So they're going to make moves to somewhat protect them, okay? Or they're going to fight back against, they're going to push back, they're going to slow the faucet, okay? They're going to slow it to a drip. Right now, until we can figure it out, I'd rather my freedoms be dripped away than flushed down the fucking toilet like the other side's trying to do. Neither side has our best interest at heart. Don't get me wrong. This is just the game they play to keep themselves relevant and in power. But right now, you know, I'm a firm believer in the Constitution. So who's going to protect my 1A, my 2A, my 4A, and all the other ones? Those are the big ones, though. Those are the big ones that are under attack. 1, 2, and 4. If you're going to at least put up some resistance, that's where we're going to have to vote for now. Until we could figure out a better way, which, you know, hasn't shown itself yet. But, you know, whether that's a third party or getting out incumbents, whatever it is. So, you know, I don't consider myself necessarily Republican, but I cannot vote for Democrats in this day and age. Cannot, because that's voting against my own freedom. And at least on the other side, it's voting to slow the loss of my freedom, right? Until we could figure out something better, a better solution to stop this shit permanently. Let's go, though, Tom.
Republican or liberal or left-wing or right-leaning, I took the red pills because that's who's fighting for my freedoms. And you don't need to choose to be accepted. They both fake teams. Evil runs the world now like hell ain't got no vacancy.
Yup.
They keep screaming.
Wow. Evil runs the world like hell ain't got no vacancy. All right, no vacancy in hell, guys. You can't come down here, you evil bastards. Stay up there for right now. We'll let you know when we have some room available down here. All right, hell is just so overfilled with evil and demons. There's no place for them to go. So they're just inhabiting the earth right now and wreaking havoc on this globe. I mean, it's disgusting. But I mean, it seems like sometimes when you're looking at the world and what's going on, you know, even even people who aren't the most religious are looking at this stuff going like, that is evil. That is evil. You're like, what the hell? So, you know, great point, Tom. It does feel like that. It does feel like that.
They keep screaming to wake up, but they're all woke, not awake. We know the system has failed us and all the media's fake. I swear the government hates us.
And they do. They hate you. The government does hate you. So, you know, even if you think they love you and they have your best interest at heart, they don't. They don't. You're delusional if you think that. You think Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, you think they give a shit about you? Do you really think they give a shit about you? They do not. Let's go. Attaboy, Tom. Atta-fucking boy, man. Love it. Love that song. Like I've said, heard it a million times. One of my favorites from him. And I definitely think that is addressing some of the concerns that Ryan was bringing up in his diss tracks, you know, claiming that Tom's trying to act like a country artist or, you know, a MAGA artist or whatever the hell the terms are anymore these days. But that'll do it, though. That'll be the reaction. Middle-aged white guy is out. Peace.